Dia orang tak baca. Kebun ke hutang tak tahu. Saya ada kasih bersih. Rumput tak ada apa, tak ada racun. Kasih bersih. Pagar ada, saya terlanggar di sana. Dia orang, kenapa dia orang masuk kasih masalah saya? Saya sudah bagi tahu. Timbalan Menteri Ramasamy yang dekat sudah 4-5 kali saya sudah bagi tahu. Dia orang bagi masalah. Tolong Timbalan Menteri ambil tindakan. Dia kata dia punya kawan. Kawan yang pasal sekarang semua orang korporat kasih musnahkan saya punya kebun. Sekarang saya mau makan apa? Sampai sekarang Timbalan Menteri ke, dia punya kaki tangan siapa ke, satu orang pun tak mari jumpa saya. Sekarang dia orang paper, dia orang bagi tahu, oh, Kamala Devi sudah pergi jumpa MIC punya orang. Sekarang MIC tolong, saya tak tahu. Boleh ke pada Timbalan Ketua Menteri boleh bagi tahu macam tu ke? Untuk kaum India dia buat apa? Ini ke dia buat? Ini ke dia kasih hadiah sama saya hari Deepavali? Deepavali 5 hari bulan, 3 hari bulan macam ni jadi. Saya punya order semua sudah lost, habis. Sekarang siapa mau bagi nasi sama saya? Anak SPM mau bayar dia punya sekolah punya duit. Ini UPSR. Dia dapat 4A, 3B dia dapat. Kita punya darah kasih puluh, saya sudah kasih ni tanam berapa juta saya sudah kasih usaha ni tempat bersih. Dia orang tak mau kasih saya hidup lagi. Saya mau buat apa? Mau pergi curi kan cik? Mau pergi curi? Bukan saya pergi minta timbalan menteri punya dekat duit, tak minta beras, tak minta. Saya mau usaha, saya punya dekat ada kerja, saya boleh kerja, saya ada kuat lagi. Kenapa dia orang kasih macam ni buat? Sampai sekarang dia orang tak mau jawab. Kenapa buat? Itu saya mau tanya. Kenapa dia orang kasih musnahkan? JPS kata ini tempat dia orang tak mau. Dia orang tak buat apa pun. Dia orang sudah setuju buat, suruh saya buat. Habis masa tu, kenapa dia orang mari tolakan saya punya, musnahkan saya punya kebun? Tahu dekat saya dalam kebun. Oh, you sudah pergi jumpa CPO. You sudah pergi jumpa Timbalan Menteri. UP sudah jumpa OCPD. Lagi you mau jumpa siapa? Yang mana lagi satu orang kuatnya orang? Panggil mari. Saya ada kuasa. Dia kata macam tu. Dia ugur sama saya dalam ni kebun. Ada ke? Cara kerja kalau ini macam pokok-pokok boleh tanam ke? Ini tak patut. Dia orang kata tak patut. Kalau saya punya husband tak kerja kalau macam mana saya orang makan? Macam mana saya punya anak baca? Saya punya, macam mana rumah sewa bayar, api bayar, air bayar, macam mana? Dia orang internet kasih keluar. Saya tipu punya orang. Saya sengaja pergi kacau dia orang. Saya tak kerja lain. 12 tahun tak kacau apa pun. Tak masalah, tak kacau apa pun. Baru ni 1 tahun jadi macam ni. Itu pun saya pergi jumpa profesor. Lepas tu jadi ni macam hal semua. Itu saya mau tanya, kenapa dia orang musnahkan saya punya kebun? Dia orang tak bagi amaran apapun. Tapi saya dengar-dengar dia orang kata dia orang sudah bagi amaran. Kalau dia orang bagi amaran, saya boleh pergi minta balik rayuan. Kerajaan punya dekat saya boleh minta bagi rayuan. Saya punya asal banyak ada. Saya boleh minta rayuan. Minta rayuan dia orang boleh baginya. Saya tahu. Tak bagi amaran apapun, tak sengaja. Masa Deepavali dia orang kasih mati saya punya pokok-pokok semua. Lebih baik dia orang kasih bunuh saya pun saya boleh terima. Satu-satu pokok saya, macam mana saya jaga tahu. Senang-senang. Dia orang tak rasa hati. Pasal itu senang-senang dia orang kasih hapus saya punya, hancur saya punya tanah. Sekarang cakap macam-macam. Lagi dia orang hancur saya punya hati. Tanam sudah habis. Sekarang dia orang hancur saya punya hati. Saya tipu punya perempuan. Dia orang sudah buat semua masalah sudah settle. Kalau dia orang buat semua masalah sudah settle, ini apa hal? Kenapa you orang semua mari sini? Kenapa ini uncle mari tolong saya? Kenapa MIC punya orang mari masuk sini tolong saya? Dia orang sudah settle. Kenapa dia orang semua mari tengok saya? Tapi dia orang tak sampai sekarang tak mari tengok. Tak mari tahu apa pun. Saya ada ke, tak ada ke, makan ke, mati ke, dia orang tak herannya. Ini kan Malaysia punya ni. Tu kerajaan negeri punya kuasa lah. Dia orang guna macam tu.
Okay.
Ini land full semua satu pejabatnya. Sampai sini dia orang sudah kasih musnah. Sampai sini belakang semua dia orang kasih lepas. Kenapa? Itu saya mau tahu. Kenapa dia orang tidak kasih? Ini dia orang mau buat. Dia orang sudah rampas saya punya dekat ni tempat. Dia orang mau buat. Pasal itu ini tempat ni apa reban ayam. Apa pun tak ada kacau. Saya punya reban ayam semua sudah kasih musnah. Ini dia orang kasih lepas. Itu semua anggota polis mau guna ni tempat. Pasal itu ini lepas lah. Nanti susah mau naik semua. Mau kasih lagi naik maknanya susah. Pasal itu ini dia orang kasih lepas. Kalau musnah semua kasih musnah satu kali. Satu pejabat ni tanah ini.
This issue really raises some very troubling. This episode raises some troubling issues. The owner of this piece of land is the DID department, and they have not asked her to vacate. She is not saying this land is hers. She has just used fallow land and made it very productive. And this is what the government has been saying, we need to use land like this, in the agro policies. She has done that. And now the land is very productive. And the issue is not that she's been asked to move and she's not reluctant to move. She's reluctant to move, and then they come and demolish the thing. This is not the case. The demolition happened because somebody else wants to take over this. And from what she has just said, the police officers in this police station, they have indicated to her that she needs to move out, and if she doesn't, they will stash ganja in her kabun here, or say that she's making a bomb or something like that, and and give her trouble and get her out, right? So these issues are very troubling issues. First, there are legal issues involved here. There are governance issues involved here. There are socio-political, economic issues involved here. First, the legal issues. Now, the people who came in to demolish here involved the district office, the Jabatan Alam Sekitar, the Seberang Perai Municipal Council, the police, and there's one or two other departments. They were involved in demolishing this. But according to news reports in Utusan on the 5th and in Star on the 6th, the DID director, local director, has said that he never gave any instruction for this place to be demolished. So on what authority have these people initiated this action? Plus, do they have a court order, or do they have invocation of the emergency ordinance, which ordinarily will be required for an act like this? So this needs to be investigated, because without such authority, when they come and do this is destruction of private property, and private property is a central tenet, central structure, central idea in all of our society. They are supposed to protect private property. Now they're coming and damaging private property. On the socio-economic issues, here is a poor Indian family. The husband is a lorry attendant, right? And they're trying to, add to their family income by doing this. And she says she makes about 600 ringgits a month on this thing. Now, their livelihood has been willy-nilly destroyed. That is one, right? And, this is already from an aggrieved community. And we are saying marginalization. Okay, it is probably things like this that drive that process of marginalization, because the Indians are soft targets. There's nobody who will speak up for them. So it is time, I think, this issue be understood for what it really is. These people are soft targets, and so the thinking is, okay, we can just push them out and take over the kabun. Then the other thing is, in the national food security policy established by the government, in strategies 6 and 7, they say we need to implement green earth policy, and we need to start developing unused land. And Madam Kamala and her family have done exactly that on both the counts. This used to be jungle. Now they've sort of cleared it, and it's kind of clear for the police station, whatever other development in this area, right? And the people who have taken this action are making a mockery of the government policy, the agro policies, by coming and doing this, right? This is the other. So if this is allowed unchecked, then it makes nonsense out of government policy. Then on governance issue, see, security is something that the police are supposed to provide. Security for private property. When they themselves start dipping in and wanting a piece of this land, which they are supposed to protect for Madam Kamala, then it says one of the basic processes within our society is breaking down, that of providing security. So governance, in our country, there's no rule of law. So these are basically, some of the key issues, troubling issues as far as this episode is concerned. Now, for our part, what we would like, we urge the government, okay, to do the following. Madam Kamala is going to resume using this land. They must provide protection for her. No harm must come to her or her family. 1. 2, she needs to be given compensation for the damage that's been done to her property, which is all the plants, all the trees, and she says she estimates it at 120,000 ringgits. The officers of the government involved in the demolition must give her a written apology for what they have done. They need to be called to account and appropriate action needs to be instituted against them. The police officers concerned need to be investigated for what they are doing. You see, we don't want to pass any judgment. We're just stating the facts here, but they need to be investigated. Madam Kamala needs to be given a TOL, temporary occupation license, by the state authority so that she can occupy this without the same trouble recurring. And if this land is indeed needed back by the DID department or whoever, then she needs to be given an alternative piece of land, either in a Felkra scheme or one of the other, the land development schemes of the government. We urge the government to take this episode seriously, even though it involves one family and just a piece of fallow land, because it points to several basic issues as far as our country is concerned.